Let me ask you something uncomfortable. When you hear the words, AI is going to replace you, where do you feel that in your body? Not in your head, in your body. Is it a tightness in your chest, a sudden drop in your stomach, or a quiet, creeping voice that whispers, "See, you were never really needed anyway"? If you felt any of that, this video is going to change how you see yourself, your fear, and your future. Because what you just felt, that is not an AI problem. That is a wound that has been inside you since childhood, and AI just poked it.
Meet someone I'll call Alex, 34 years old, works in marketing, spent 8 years building skills, learning tools, earning promotions. Then one Tuesday morning, his manager sends a company-wide email. We'll be transitioning several departments to AI-assisted workflows. Alex didn't cry. He didn't panic. He just went quiet. That night, he couldn't sleep. Not because he was calculating his savings, not because he was updating his resume. He lay in the dark, thinking one single thought, on loop. What was the point of any of it? Now, Alex is not weak. Alex is not dramatic. Alex is experiencing something millions of people feel, but have no language for. Here's what psychology tells us about emotional neglect. When a child grows up in a home where their emotions were ignored, where their worth depended on being useful, they develop a core wound. A wound that says, I am only valuable when I am needed. I am only safe when I am producing. I only deserve love when I am useful. Now, fast forward 25 years. That child is now you, sitting in a meeting where your boss says AI is taking over your role. Your adult brain hears job disruption, restructuring, change, but your inner child hears something else. You are not needed anymore. You never were. Pause. That is not anxiety. That is not career stress. That is abandonment being triggered all over again. Let's talk about what this wound has already been doing to your life long before AI arrived. Money. You may earn well, but struggle to keep it because deep down, you don't believe you deserve it. So you overwork to earn it and unconsciously destroy it to confirm the old story. I was never enough. Confidence. On the outside, you look capable, but inside, every achievement feels empty. Every compliment gets dismissed because confidence built on productivity collapses the moment productivity is threatened. And right now, AI is threatening it. Relationships. When your value depends on being useful, you attract relationships where you give everything and receive very little. You become the fixer, the helper, the one who never asks for support because needing support feels like being a burden. AI didn't create these problems. It just turned up the volume. The first step to healing is the hardest and the most powerful. You have to name what's actually happening. Not, I'm stressed about AI. Not, I'm worried about my job. Those are surface level. The next time anxiety hits, pause. Put your hand on your chest and say, this feeling is old. This isn't about AI. I am safe right now. That single sentence interrupts the trauma loop. It separates the present moment from the past experience.
Psychologists call this affect labeling, and brain scan studies show that naming your emotion reduces its intensity by up to 50% almost immediately. Step 1. Affect labeling practice. When AI anxiety hits, pause, hand on chest, say, "This is old. I am safe." Repeat 3 times. Do this every single time the fear appears. The second step is rebuilding your identity on something AI can never touch. Here's the truth. AI can replace your tasks, but it cannot replace your humanity. It can replicate your output, but not your perspective, not your story, not your lived experience. The people who thrive in an AI world are not the ones who work harder. They are the ones who know who they are outside of what they produce. Tonight, do this. Take a piece of paper. Write at the top, "Who am I when I am not being useful?" Then write for 10 minutes. No editing, no judging. It will feel uncomfortable because most people have never asked that question, but your real identity lives in that answer. Step 2. Identity exercise. Write for 10 minutes. No filter, no judgment. Read it back. That person is you. The deepest level of healing is called inner child reparenting. That child inside you who learned love was conditional is still there. And every time AI shows up, that child flinches. Reparenting means becoming the parent you never had, speaking to yourself with compassion, not "get over it, stop being sensitive," but "you are enough," not because of what you do, but because of who you are. And nothing, no machine, no algorithm can ever take that from you. Step 3. 30-day practice. Every morning, say, "I am enough," not because of what I produce, but because of who I am, even if it feels fake, especially then. Here's what I want you to remember. AI is not your enemy. Your unhealed wound is. And this moment, as scary as it feels, is actually a gift because it forces you to ask, "Who am I without what I produce?" The people who answer that question don't fear AI. They work with it, with clarity, with confidence, with purpose, because their identity is not on the table. Your worth was never in your output. It was always in you, and no algorithm can replace that. If this made you feel seen, share it with someone who needs to hear this. And in the comments, write, "I am enough." Just those 3 words. And if you want to go deeper, there's a full series on this channel that will guide you through healing. Subscribe, because next week we go even deeper into something uncomfortable: why emotionally neglected people become addicted to AI companionship and what to do about it.